when a game becomes actually difficult. So I just experienced what it means to play a game on a hard difficulty, and I disgrace people who made this a thing. So other content creators speedrun this shit, and I was overwhelmed by even the idea of speedrunning this difficulty. So today I wanna beat this game as the appropriate gamer. Also, before we begin, I wanted to point out that I'm not going to talk about everything, cause in most parts it's still just going to be puzzle solving, so in most cases I will skip and talk about what really changed. And the rules for this run, I guess, are no infinite ammo, which is like usual for that difficulty, but I'm not going to do that. And yeah, I'm going to try to beat that as vanilla as possible. So yeah, that's all, thanks. At first I thought that there's not going to be such a difference in playstyle. Still the same playthrough, but just harder, isn't it? I was wrong, so much. The start didn't really change that much, however, I realized how much more HP they have and how tanky they all become. Oh, and for some reason they put it even more armored lichens around the playthrough, so that's cool. So after doing the Louisa house, I think that was her name, and passing the useless drops from Heisenberg, there was nothing changed, you know. The first pain in the AS area is going to be the castle. Escaping from the first daughter, the basement. Doing the light puzzle, pretty clever if I say by myself. And before we continue, let me remind you that almost every attack deals critical damage. So it's almost a one-hit run. So continuing on, there's more enemies than usual, but that's like fine, I guess. I will just pass through them. But then the true pain begins. We are going to fight the first daughter of Dimitrescu, I forgot the name, which normally isn't a big deal, but in this case they decided to tank her as much as possible and add 2 homies before and during the fight, to the smallest room possible, and I spent roughly 1 hour to beat her. Cause let me tell you, the shotgun at this point is going to be a F tier. Okay, maybe like D, but it's awful. Normally we wanna use the shotgun as a stand break weapon, but not in this case. Again, every enemy is capable of taking 2 shotgun shots, but the game changer is not other than the mine. Not only it deals a lot of mental damage, it also stuns enemies, which we wanted from the pitiful shotgun. After having a celebration, like I beat the game, but it was like 5% actually. Cool! Oh my god. Yes! Yes! Fuck you! And you too! Fuck off, all of you! Fuck off, dude. Fuck seriously off. I'm so happy right now. That's only like 5% of the game. I have no idea how I'm going to beat the game, but let's go! You know what I mean? It was pretty straightforward. We do the puzzles, run through the blood basement at 30 FPS. Then we escape from Dimitrescu. Shema. And then we can collect our first mask of sorrow, which is my expression while playing this mode. Wait! Please no. No, bitch! No! Fuck off! Fuck you! Oh my god. Who designed that? The second sister, which was much easier. God, thank you.
I'm sick of bugs.
Then getting the second mask after that. The attic to get the sniper rifle, following the roofs to get the third mask, I think. And then we wanna execute the Dimitrescu, pretty useful.
Stupid man thing! You won't live long!
Okay. And for the pleasure mask, we wanna fight the last daughter of Dimitrescu. And I spent like 20 minutes on my first playthrough figuring out how to get out of this room. So then we fight the last daughter, which was pretty simple too. You just have to run around until she does her move, which I wasn't expecting, but like cool, I'm not complaining, not like later on going to be real bullshit going on. And then we get to the first major fight, the Dimitrescu boss fight. Not only I was so confident that it's going to be a matter of time and like shooting fish in a barrel until I beat her. Nah, I restocked 2 times and got back to the castle to get more items or ammo. They made her with so much HP that I took all my ammo from the weapons and I ended up with the knife. Not talking about how she can one-shot me every second. She has like max 3 moves which she repeats, but it takes just so long that you lose focus. They added like flies which attacks you while she's flying around, and all you have to do is hide in a turret. At least that was simple. And after she destroys the turrets, she doesn't do the move anymore, so... But not the rest at all. While fighting Dimitrescu, you have to shoot only her weak spot, like her body, cause you don't wanna waste any ammo during this fight. So after 20 minutes of painful Dimitrescu fight, we finally beat her, which took me too long. So after that we can claim our Rose part, which I don't really get it cause we see Rose in a full shape, but moving on. We make some skipping, puzzle and picking up some valuable loot at the same time, and slightly better gun. All that for Duke explaining us the lore of the village. What a total chad, you know.
Mother Miranda is the cold, calculating ruler of this village.
So then we get to the Donna Beneviento. So this is the part of the game when the first playthrough is pretty cool, but later on it's going to be horrible for speedrunning and stuff, because it has almost no effect on the difficulty, so we do all this stuff as casual. We take the flask from Donna, we disarm Miado for the wedding key, which later on leads to getting the medallion for the door, which leads to the basement to get the breaker box key. And it's the point where the fetus is presented, but the thing is the same speed, it's just the same. We get the child relic from the fuse box, which we can enter the room with a missing piece, and I just noticed that the Donna Beneviento though is just chilling in the corner next to it, pretty convenient from her. Then we do the baby skip. There are like actually 3 or 4 ways to do that, but they're not guaranteed, so you still have to learn them. So after a very close call with the baby, we fight her, but we just stab her with the scissors, which is like weird because she contains powerful power, just like Dimitrescu or Moreau, but I guess she's like fragile or something. After defeating Donna, we can sell her on the black market, which is like funny because we like grab her, the whole dough, which gives me the yoink expression, you know. After pressing the second flask, we can enter the Moreau place. Just after entering, we are welcomed by a nice dog, but this time there is 2 of them.
What the fuck? What? There are 2 of them?
Which again wasn't a big deal, they dropped more money, so I'm okay with it. After entering Moreau case, we can grab the flask again from the start, and I don't know why Ethan just doesn't leave the place, but okay. We take the boat key, which I was afraid that they are going to put some bullshit there, but no, it was simple as that. After some climatic boat driving, we get a Chris cutscene for the first time, which is cool until we get attacked by a big fish, which makes us stuck and Ethan has to drain the water. And believe me, there was nothing new in this part, so let me skip that. It was the same thing. So after we drain the water, the fish is pissed and walks away. Following him, Ethan decides to kill him for some reason. Again, great storytelling. And then we get to the fish fight. And let me tell you how annoying this fight was. This annoying ass Nemo doesn't stop yelling. Remember when I told that Lady Dimitrescu is a tank? Well, this motherfucker has 26,000 HP. And like, I don't know the other HP bosses, but believe me, that's a lot. So this fight is already going to be super long. Just like with Lady Dimitrescu, all his moves one-shot me or leave me on critical health. Not talking about his annoying ass move where he charges at you and if you're not already far from him, he's going to catch you and you die. I tried this so many times that I fully upgraded weapons and got as much ammo as possible. Even that was taking too long and I maybe could kill him normally, but I ended up not being enough apparently. I was running out of ammo, was running out of health, so I decided to cheese him. Yes, I know, but still, this cheese still wasn't foolproof, so I still could die from him. And thanks to Kanoki for publishing this tag for me. After executing it was still not enough, I would just still die from lack of ammo or health. I was losing hope because I'd done all I could and I didn't want to spend 20 minutes knifing him like an overworked chef in the kitchen. So I decided to buy Chris weapons, which are for sale after you finish the game before. And that was cheap, I know, but I didn't see any way out of that, so... And I don't know if the combat is better than the knife, but it deals multiple times apparently, so I will take that. And after like 20 minutes of safe ammo minimizing and safe gameplay, he finally died, which is making me even more concerning, because people see Miranda and Heisenberg are a threat. One of the boring parts, but at least I don't have to look at that retarded fish from earlier. So in California you wanna take it easy, don't rush it, take your time, and sooner or later you're going to make it, you know? Like to a boss in Dark Souls or something. Burn to the depths of Lycan's caves, and as you could guess, the upgraded and double amount of them is going to be waiting for me. So instead of fighting them all you have to do was fast through them. So work smarter than harder, kids, and me, I guess, cause I fucked up that one exam. So yeah. I sent one flash grenade for him, but that's it. Then we get to the mini-boss, Urias, and I have to say that the distinguished gentleman wasn't that bad. His moves were dodgeable. The moment when he summons followers can be easily Uno reverse card with a green lantern, or your ace, Urias. I think it's Urias, I don't know. Let's call him your ass, or he's going to kill them by himself. Although he got me couple of times and started to make steak out of me. Wasn't that bad, you know? Maybe because I had Chris weapons, which I think are overpowered for the whole game, so sorry about that. So then we get to the factory, when the Heisenberg invite us to his factory, I guess, to his gates, you know? So he's like, yo, I wanna use your daughter as a weapon of mass destruction to kill Miranda. Are you good with it? So basically rule the world, you know? Then Ethan proceeds not being scared of death and lets off the Heisenberg arm and falls deeper to the factory.
Last chance. I'll take my chances.
And falls deeper to the factory, and later on we are told that Ethan has already died before in the Louisiana, which makes it ironic, you know. Making our way through the factory, not much to say. So we met our homie Duke, you know, our bro, and of course there is a freaking mechanical motherfucker in the melting room. Like that was a canon event, you know. Get the coke mold from the chest. Get not jump scared on the way back. Then we proceed to make insane dodges, taking the finished coke part and activating the power in the factory. And then we wanna sneak behind the mechanical bodies, not dying at all. So we wanna sneak behind them. Passing the door, we enter to the Blizzard servers. When entering the hallway, we get greeted by a wholesome windmill friend. But don't get fooled, I got jumped by a couple of bodies just after that. But again, a flash grenade is all you need. So that's a big win for the grenade, more specifically to the flash grenade. After looking at Shane Factory closer, we proceed deeper to our future job. We sneak around with Skyrim expertise. After that I was afraid here, because normally you have to destroy the weak points of this tractor or windmill. Again, I don't know what the fuck that is, okay? A second fucking windmill, okay? I'm going to have to use that word usually, you know, I'm sorry, okay? Like, I'm lacking of words here, you know? So I was afraid here, because normally you wanna destroy the weak point of this reactor, and while dodging the same two mechanical bodies, but once again it was just fine, just pass through them. Don't die, like me. Then we get the closer call with a giant windmill reactor, probably destroying the most of the factory. Then we meet our biggest nemesis of this game, which was haunted us from the beginning. Windmill guy. Hey! So, yeah, him. Here's the description of something being boring. Long story short. So his tiny window on his back is of course 2 milliseconds before he turns around. So in his second move, when he turns berserk mode and sprays fire and charges at you a little faster. Yeah, I prefer fighting the fish with some scenery at least than this basement. Like, what the fuck? and the fire is less frightening because it's still this puny damage and you can walk next to it, or you can avoid it by hugging the wall, which makes the fire hitboxes not reaching you. So this is a patient test rather than a boss fight. Then we meet our boy Chris, which explains that they fucked up pretty bad and didn't kill Merinda from the beginning, which was disguised as Mia.
That wasn't her. It was Miranda.
What?
She's a bioweapon. She changed her appearance and pretended to be Mia. Long story short, Miranda's fucking insane. Take a look at this. My men sent those pictures a few minutes ago.
Miranda.
Keep looking.
Rose. Holy shit, we gotta go!
Relax, my men are monitoring the situation.
But they have my daughter.
You don't get anything.
After that, Heisenberg becomes a transformer and we get a mini tank to kill him. Then we fight what I like to call a metal diarrhea, because he looks pretty bad, you know. I prefer him from his human form. So I kill him on my first try. Yep, that's it. As the second phase goes, you don't even need Chris weapons, so the sniper rifle does the job. Yeah, I have nothing more to say here. I'm pretty disappointed. Then we get to the Chris part, let's go! We get some code gameplay, you know. So with this difficulty, I came across couple of difficult spots a bit. With this amazing Chris build, the small amount of ammo for every leg made this very difficult. You will have to stagger them for as long and you have enough time timing the grenades. Just use the roof. You know, just use the one freaking roof that you have access to. This gives you enough time for the laser timer to get off, you know. So yeah, I did it like 3 times in a row and that's it. And the same thing for the Urias, second Urias. I don't know what his name is. Just use the laser as often as you can and you're going to be fine. Like, yeah, that's it, you know. Like, don't overcomplicate it, you know. Maybe I was too harsh and didn't appreciate it, the last 3 bosses enough, cause this fight was a doozy one to deal with. For the first time I learned the shotgun and sniper combo on her, cause I have more than enough attempts to think what I wanna do in life while dealing with her. The first phase, which is understandable, you know, just dodge until you hear the third move. The second phase, or the spider phase, though, is on another level of shittiness. One of the moves are her jumping down on you, can be dodged by moving to the left or right, sometimes even beneath her, but that's like a 50-50 for me. So depends, you know, depends. Her second move is charging at you, which is a game of guess who, but in this case I guess where the fuck she's going to hit. This is like a game of tanks, you know this game. Only way is going to one side and maybe you're going to be far enough from her, but not in this case. The third move, which is why I'm talking about this fight, is she makes random hits to the right and left, which is too fast to even know this. So your only way to dodge it is to predict where she's going to hit and just commit, That's like the only way I saw. Then she says she can have any form she desires.
I can take any form I desire.
And transforms to a bird, which is disappointing. She could transform to anything else, but that has to be cliche or something. It's simple enough. She flies down 2 to 3 times and summons this boss, which takes pretty long to activate, so you have time, There's nothing new there. But then it gets even worse. She combines all of the previous phases and attacks with every form different amount of times. So you have to coordinate your weapons to the correct phase, cause you don't wanna waste your ammo on a easy phase, Oh, and also there is this dark phase, but you just have to go in circle until she stops. Not a big deal, again. So what you do in such desperate moment with no actual explanation how to defeat Miranda on YouTube, unless you have infinite ammo, but we are not cowards. We beat this game legit without any fancy style, You crank the fuck up of the brightness level to actually see the fucking boss, cause I'm using echolocation more than my freaking vision, and maybe I'm becoming blind, but I can't see shit in this fight. If you like pause for a moment, you don't see a lot, during this fight. So there you go, a much easy solution than I would expect, and that's it. So there you go, after committing suicide for no reason, Mia and Rose live happily ever after. Don't forget to click that glowing subscribe button, cause I'm going to speedrun this game, yes I am. If you care, then just don't watch it, duh. So after all of that suffering of wasted time and meaningless rage, depression, what was the purpose of all this?